even if you are in a bug hunting, this topic you need to deal in entire life if you are in a bug hunting. So web application security is very much like if you are in bug hunting, this is what you need to learn properly. So before starting, like anyone can tell me like why we need web application security.
In our daily life we use app and website that contain our data. Matlab we give our data like Google sign in or any other Google form.
Web applications are a very crucial part of our digital infrastructure right now. Like all the website or web applications are basically handling all the sensitive data, even the financial transaction, the personal information. All of these are being handled by these web applications. And if there is any leakage or any misuse of this application, that can be a lot of interruption can be caused to any server or any website. Like previously we have discussed what is DOS attack and how you can take down any website and how attacker can take down any particular website using the DOS attack. So web applications are a very crucial target and it's a prime target for hacker whenever they are coming. Like web application security matters because there can be data breaches. Like let me write, there can be data breaches. Like if let's assume if you are shopping through Amazon and if there is any data breach and it can expose your personal data, it can expose your financial reports, and if that website is working in some business sensitive areas, their business sensitive information can be also taken out. Like if the data breach is over Facebook, LinkedIn, over Yahoo, then they can be created a lot of a mess. Someone mic is open. Please close your mic. Arvind, please close your mic. Okay. So first of all, like web application security very much matters because there can be data breaches. Like it can expose personal data, financial reports. After that, if it happens, then there can be financial loss. So at the end, everything is regarding finance. Like if there is any data loss of any company, like let's assume FINA financial loss. So basically if you are let's assume you own company Amazon, and if like any other e-commerce website you are having, and if your website leaks the data of all of your users credit card details and all, then no other people will be willing to shop on your website, and no other will be putting their credit card information or debit card information over your website. So that's why it can be a financial loss for you also. Like sometimes attacker can exploit the web vulnerabilities to steal money also. Like if there is any vulnerability existing in any particular website, or if any website that is losing their control over their card system, then anyone can do shopping, and it can be a lot of interruption in any website. So after that, it can be reputational damage also. Like if your website is being compromised, it can be your reputational damage also. Like reputational damage also. Like after that, no one will be willing to shop through your website or and all, and your business might be in a loss. So that's why every company is having their bug hunting team, red teaming, blue teaming, SOC analyst and all. They all are sitting there just because to protect their entire infrastructure from the attackers. Not only so hackers are giving a lot of a job. Like IT companies are not providing you the job. The real job providers are the hacker who are attacking the entire infrastructure every single day, and then SOC analyst and all are getting job, because if there is a no hacker, no one is going to attack on the target systems, and why there is a job for that. So at the end, thanks to the hacker and malicious person who are just randomly attacking on many particular website, and they are causing lot of job in the job market. Because if there is if the job stops, then why anyone will hire some SOC analyst or a ethical hacker in their company? So reputational damage is also a face. That's why people are willing to hire some ethical hacker to protect them. After that, there can be some legal consequences also. Like if your website loses some data of your data of a customers and all, government also have some penalties process over them. Like government can put a penalty over you, and like because you need to follow the government compliances once you start saving the credentials of any customer. And also that is also risks. After that, like business continuity risks can be also there. One second, there is one S only. So business continuity risks also there. Like once you start your website and someone attack that website and your website goes down, so you will be not able to operate for a longer time. This can be also case. Like previously we have discussed in a DOS attack, like attacker can do some DOS attack, can make your application or a web application inaccessible, and it can be have a huge effect on your operation. Like if I am attacker and I have sent it a lot of packets over your website, a lot of requests over your website, and your website crashes. So if there is a genuine user who is coming to your website to do some purchases or do some shopping of your website, he might be not be able to perform his particular task, and after that you will be losing some businesses also. So business continuity risks might be happen. So let's discuss, like these are the risks, and that's why this is why web application security matters, and web application security need to be done properly for every small business or big business, whatever they are. They used to, like if let's assume if there is a website of a government, they are doing some they are basically doing some open bidding for some projects, and if there is a that website is not that much secure, anyone can go there, sell some data, and start winning those biddings, and you understand how much critical situation might be there. Like the people who are skilled here only be able to win the bidding. So that can be also case there. So that's why every particular website need to be protected, and some there are some common types of vulnerability that can be exist, that we are going to discuss. So common. So what can be the common web threat? So first very common web threat is SQL injection. SQL injection. We will be discussing this in a detailed manner, and even yesterday also, tomorrow also we will be discussing injection. Anyone else can say some other common web threats? Anyone else want to say some common web threats other than SQL injection that comes into OSAP or any other thing? Any other
Cross-site scripting. Cross scripting.
Yes, yes. The second one is XSS. I'm just writing XSS. It's a mean for a cross-site scripting. If you don't know, it's a cross-site scripting. It's cross-site scripting. After that, anyone else want to say some other names rather than this? The third one can be a broken authentication. I'm coming back to all of them. Like right now, I'm just telling the name. So third one can be broken authentication. Yes, yes. So there can be some security misconfiguration also. Security misconfiguration. Just understand it's a misconfiguration. So after that, there can be some
DOS attack.
yes, yes. DOS attack is also a common web threat. Like everyone, first any attacker try to do DOS attack over them. So DOS attack can be also a threat. After that, there can be server side request forgery. So that can be also like. So these are the basic, like SSRF. I need to write SSRF. Okay, so this is basically server side forgery. So these are the attacks that are very much common every day. Like more than that, attacks are available. Like today we will be discussing OSAP top 10, and there are more than 10 attacks in that also. So top 10, like OSAP top 10. Let me write top 10 wiki. After the class, everyone try to go on this particular wiki page and make a particular note of all this, because if you are willing for the interviews, they might be asking, like they will be asking a lot of questions from OSAP top 10. Every this is a ready to go scenario. So always yes, a CSRF is also. I will be coming back to that. So also everyone after the session try to go to this OSAP top 10 wiki page, or even if you know some other good website, you can follow that. I used to follow Wikipedia, so I always visit this, as you all know. So try to go on this, but this page, all the vulnerability try to go. Like first is showing broken authentication, then it's a cryptographic failure, is injection. In injection, there are SQL injection and all. Then there are insecure design, then a security misconfiguration, improper configuration of a security setting, permissions control that can lead to the vulnerabilities. After that, we are having vulnerable outdated components. Then we are having identification. So every steps after the class, try to go like once you go to the A0, like it's a code injection. Here in this, we have our SQL injection, like an SQL injection take advantage of SQL syntax to inject the malicious command that can read or modify a database or compromise the meaning of any query. So basically, you are putting some if there is any, I'm coming back to that. So I will be discussing that in upcoming, because first is a SQL injection. So after the class, just to go to this particular wiki page, and from there you will be having a lot of reference. Try to make at least 4 to 5 pages of a note if you are preparing for any interviews and all, because that will be helping you a lot in an interview scenario. So try to go with that also. So after that, there are a few real world case studies also on a web application breaches. I'm just going to all of the wikis phase. You can also go with the Equifax data breach, EQUI fax data breach case study. You can go with this. If I go with the wiki page, it's basically this was a unpatched Apache server vulnerability that basically allowed the attacker to gain access to the servers, exposing the social security number, credit card details, the personal details. So all these details were leaked out over the website. 15.2 millions of British citizens and about 19,000 of Canadian citizens were compromised in the breach. One of the largest cybercrime related to the identity thief. All of their identity, their social security number. In India, we are having the concept of Aadhaar card numbers, similar to that. In a European country, they are having social security numbers, stuff. So all of their data were leaked out. You can also go through that, first and last name, social security number, birth date is, address. In some instances, driving license number were also leaked out. So that was the very first case that was being seen over the website hacking or web app breaches. After that, we are having a Facebook data breach. Facebook data breach 2021, 2019. I'm not going to discuss 2021.
Sir, recent data breach of OpenAI also.
Yes, OpenAI data breach also. So I'm like OpenAI, I will be not discussing. That is too much to listen. So Facebook data breach. I'm going with a wiki page. So these are the here Facebook API vulnerabilities basically allow the attackers to escape the users data, including the phone number, email addresses, and all. So whenever there is any database, the most, and all these data are solely sell over the dark web. If you are having running a company running a company who required lot of a customer for their product and services, if there is a hacker who has stolen a lot of, let's assume, you might be thinking what is the need of hacking only email, not the password. So if you gather the email addresses of around 1 lakh of people, and if you are having let's assume if you are a company who used to sell some product over the email marketing, then you will be collecting the entire email, and then you will be sending everyone a particular email to text them regarding that, what are the services you are having, and most of them will be billing, because whatever data is being leaked from the Facebook, everyone might be very active over the email also. So that's how it all happened. After that, this database also try to study, and all these study will helping you a lot. These are the case study you must have to go through if you are trying to willing to a good hacker. If you want to, let's assume a case study being written on you, on your hacks, then you need to go through at least hundreds of hacks also. So just go through all the hacks. So what are the people done, what are the technology they have used at that recent time. I can't discuss every technology whatever they have gone through in regarding 2021 Facebook leaks, but once you go to this page throughout, you will be understanding what are the pages they have used, what are the vulnerability they have exploited, and after that you can look into some other websites also for the similar vulnerabilities, and then you can target them all. If you are an analyst in a company, you can try to secure those particular website, their entire infrastructure from those vulnerabilities. So that's how you need to operate, and that's how you need to learn. So after that, we are having Uber database, Uber data breach. Let me write wiki. Okay, so Uber database. So it was also having around 57 millions of her drivers data were installed. Here was also let me go through that. Uber has been okay, so in basically in a Uber database, the drivers data were stolen. It was because of the weak authentication that basically allowed the hackers to access the Uber's cloud storage, where all the sensitive data were stored, and from there all of these were stolen out, and a lot of critical situation were created by this. So you can also and after that, like if there is a database, there is a reputational loss also, and there is a financial loss also, we have discussed earlier. So you might see here, like on a Uber there was a lot of a fine, like they were also boycott in a USA because of this particular attack, and because of these losses, because of this data leak, even on Uber there was some penalties also. So once your website is being compromised, there will be a lot of penalties, a lot of a huge impact over your business, and also that's why every company has some cybersecurity specialist. Like right now, we are here gathered here to discuss like all the top vulnerabilities and how to get into that and how to find those particular vulnerabilities. So that's why company will be hiring all of you. So to protect themselves from, like before the hacker hack them, they need to secure their system. For that, they will be hiring some ethical hacker to scan their entire infrastructure. I will be coming to some tools, like what are the tools you will be using. So by using all those particular tool, you will be basically scanning their entire infrastructure to get rid of black hat hackers and all. So before anyone take advantage of that, you will be trying to secure those particular websites. So that's why, like some other data breaches also, like Yahoo data breach, you can also read this also, Yahoo. And you can follow, like if you find some PDFs also, you can go with that. I always used to follow a wiki to maintain some credibility of the information whatever I'm going through. That's why I used to go with. So sir, could you tell us more about OpenAI database? Yes, I will be coming back to it. Like I have not gathered very much information regarding OpenAI. Let me go with that. So list of our databases open. There is no particular page for OpenAI database. If there is a page, like I will be studying that after the class, and we'll be looking like what might be the impact of that, because they all are trending over the GPT models, and there might be some sensitive data also getting out, because there is no need of a email user. Once the OpenAI databases happen, they might be training their software, their model over some particular data, and that data might be leaked out, and from there anyone else can train their own GPT model and launch them. So in similar case, like DeepSeek, like there is allegations of a DeepSeek also, like they have stolen the data from the OpenAI and they have built it over the some of their models also. So they have trained their model over some of the model of a GPT. So that's how this is more towards the AI. I will be trying to start some AI sessions also, or even if I take some session over AI for cyber security, I will be discussing that too. So people is show them all. A lot of people are here. Okay, no, there are 31 people only. So no issues. So that's how this all database happens. Like when there was a Yahoo database, like attacker used the phishing and the weak security measure to assess the user account's credential, and after that they get to access to multiple accounts when there was a Yahoo database. So let me copy this also, and I am pasting this Yahoo database too. So after the class, try to go through. Yes, most of the data is being sold over the dark web only, because in the open market, why anyone will be willing to be buy this? So so that's all. So let's move to the main topic, that is OSAP top 10. WASP top 10. So basically, like OSAP top 10 is Open Web Application Security Project. OSAP is stand for Open. Let me write that also. Yes, project. So I think I have written right. Okay, yes. So it's a Open Web Application Security Project top 10. Like all the security that might be happen over, and this is a parameter where everyone who is developing their own software or then website or their database, they used to follow this, like OSAP. And OSAP is basically a non-profitable organization that is very much focused on improving web application security. It provides guidance, tools, and a lot of a community driven security standard to help the developer or the company who is developing the software and the security professional to develop a secure application. Like all the whatever critical vulnerabilities is available there, they used to list here. So you get the idea, like this I need to protect my website or my server from this particular vulnerabilities. That's why this organization is. So let me search for OSAP. So here is the website, like osap.org. From here you can look for all this particular data, like what are the top 10 main vulnerabilities. The first vulnerability is A01 to 2021 broken authentication control. So after that we are having cryptographic failure, then injection attack, then in injection attack we are having SQL attacks, XSS attacks, then then we are having insecure design, then vulnerability and outdated components. So these are the basic outdated these are the basic attack that is being available there previously. Like right now we are discussing OSAP 2021. Previously it was OSAP 2017. So I'm also pasting this link. You can also, after the class, try to visit this particular website to read it in more detail, like all the vulnerabilities I will be discussing, but you also need to go with that. So these are the critical vulnerabilities we are having. So I'm not going to write it here. Like here I need to write all of them. So I'm just showing you all here. Like we are having first, we are having broken authentication, then cryptographic failure, injection. In injection we are having SQL or XSS or other types of injection also. Then we are having insecure design, security misconfiguration, vulnerability and outdated component, then identification and authentication failure, then software and data integrity failure, then security logging and monitoring failure, and then server side request forgery, SSRF. So I think I have written most of it, and some of them are left over here, so you can take it out from here also. So these are the basic attack that is being here. If you want to read any of them in detail, you can click on their particular place and you can read them in a more detail. Like here there are the list of mapped CVs are also available. You can also look for CV in cvmeteo.org. You can also come to this website for all the CVs, like what are the recent CVs and what are the some CVs that is available for any particular services. Like if you want to search for CV list, you can also, like if you want to search for CV like HTTPS, what are the CVs available right now for HTTPS, you can also find from here. Like here the most recent CV is cross-site request forgery. So here you will be getting more ideas regarding any CV. So whatever recent CV is available, you can also come here. Like they will be giving you more details regarding, like its servity is high, its version is 3.1, and what is the vector. They will be like its score is 7.1. It means it's a high level of security. So that's how you can check for any particular CVs over this website, and some government websites are also there, and you can also go with that portal wiki. You can, like these references you can also take. So this is all about the authentication. Like which one it is? It's all about a broken authentication control. So like a broken authentication control basically occurs when user can access resources or perform actions beyond the authentication level. Like attacker exploit the improper access control rules to view, modify, and delete the sensitive data. So in that scenario, broken authentication occurs. Like if like you are let's assume you are a user of your banking account, or you are into a online banking system, and you can change their account IDs in the URL. Like if you log into let's assume if I am here log in here on this particular CVE list, and if I can change this entire URL and I can switch to some other CVs, then that is a broken authentication failure. Like if you are logged into your, like my browser visual, everyone can see my browser.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. So let's assume
Yes, sir.
So let's assume you are log into your banking system, whatever bank you are using. You are logged into their portal, and here might be your URL. And if you change this URL to someone else user account, and you can log into their particular account, then that attack is comes under the broken authentication control. Like you can basically taking some improper access controls rule to view, modify, or delete the sensitive SL. Like you can view someone else's bank account just by changing the URL from here. So that comes under the broken authentication control. So in this admin functionalities can be assessed to the non-admin user due to the missing of access control only. Like here there was a no access control. If there is a no access control over any particular link or URL, then anyone can use. So that's why bank used to have the check for the broken authentication, and that's how they will be not logging. Like here it's clearly written, like violation of a principle of least privilege or a deny by default, where access should only be granted to a particular capabilities, role, or user, but is available to anyone. Like anyone can log in there, but whoever logging, the access must be to them only. Like they will not be able to look into the database and logging for someone else data also. So that's why broken authentication is very much important. So if you like, if there is a broken authentication in your system, like if you look for the vulnerabilities and if you find that what is broken authentication and is there is a broken authentication, then you can assign role based. Let me ask some questions first. Hope everyone understood what is open broken authentication. Anyone have any doubts regarding broken authentication? Yes, yes. So I hope everyone. I have given a very basic example for both broken authentication, and try to remember all of this, because after the class, whenever you are appearing for the interview session, you might be facing this. So try to, even after the class, discussing everything is not possible for me. I have just given a basic definition and basic example I have provided. If you want to read in a more detail, you can visit broken authentication particular website or their official website, and you can go with that. These are particular strings that can be available there for any link, so that's how it all works. So if you, let's assume if you are having a broken authentication over your website, then you can implement a role based access control to get rid of that. Like you can put role based, so the user who is assigned to do particular task, only that user can do that task. So you need to assign role based access control. After that, you can also do some stuff like server side authentication. You can choose, like you can enforce server side authentication. So there might be questions like if you find a broken authentication over any particular server, how you will be solving that. So you will be getting into role based access control. After that, you will be enforcing the server side authentication. Then third task you can do is like you can use a principle of a least privilege. You can use principle of a least privilege, and after that you can also disable direct object reference in URL. Like directly no one can switch in between just by using URL. So you can disable direct object reference in URL. Let me write disable. So you can also disable this. So that's how you will be protecting you from broken authentication. After that, we are having like the second OSAP vulnerability is the cryptographic failure. So basically, a cryptographic failure happens when there is a weak encryption or a improper handling of a sensitive data. Like if you are saving your password in a plain text format, you are not using any hash algorithm to save your passwords. Then like if you are not using any hash algorithm in saving your credit card details, like if you are let's assume if your password is let's assume your password is password, and if it is being saved into plain text format, like if it is in plain txt format, then that might be saved as a pass only. So and but if there is an user, like if there is the administrator of the website has enabled some authentication there, like let's assume they have used MD5 or SHA1, any algorithm they have used, and they have gone through your password through any algorithm, your password might be become like this. Like this is some random hashes, but your password might be saved like this. So if anyone have the access of that database, still if there is that your password is being saved as in a plain text format, that will be looking like simple password, and anyone can use that. So you must have to save your password in any algorithmic format, so anyone will be not, even you have lost the access of the database, anyone can't see that. So using outdated encryption also can be the cause for the vulnerable attack. So always try to put some encryption to just safeguard your system. So that's how your cryptographic failures happen. Like when there is a weak encryption or a improper handling of sensitive data, then this cryptographic failure happens. So like shifting up to the position 2, previously known as a sensitive data exposure, which is more for the word symptom rather than the root cause. The function, the focus is on a failure related to the cryptographic or a lack theft. So after this class, just go through that, and the basic like in encryption, not enforce any HTTPS header browser security, and all the headers are missing. In this case, like if the data is are such hash functions like MD5 or SSH in use, or a non cryptographic hash functions when cryptographic hash functions are needed. Like whenever you are saving any password, you must have to save that particular password using the hash format. But if you are not using any hash format to protect that password, then it can be expose the sensitive data, and any sensitive data can be exposed using the URL also. So you can go like even MD5 or SSH1 are some outdated encryption. So at least you need to go with SHA2 or SHA3 or SHA256 or 512 to protect your data in a next level. So you need to go with all this, and this is all about the cryptographic failure. So if your sensitive data are not handled properly, there can be some attack, and this comes under the cryptographic failure. So I hope everyone understood what is cryptographic failure. So the next attack is, let me check which is the next one. The next is a SQL injection. So basically, injection attack occurs when any untrusted data is inserted into the query or a script, allowing an attacker to manipulate the system. Like basically, if any the thing is like if that is designed to log in, and if anyone has put some other JavaScript content to show some alert and all, and that will be shown there. So that's how your SQL injection happens. So I will be also switching to some tool to show this, and let me. So these are this page regarding the SQL. I need to copy and send. So this page you can go for a SQL. So SQL injection basically occurs when any untrusted data is being inserted over any particular link. So okay. So anyone have any questions, or should I proceed for the?
SQL injection is like bypassing any login page, right?
Yes. Bypassing login page, or if there is a database saved there, you can insert some queries there to retrieve the data. You can insert some queries to basically read some data, download some data. So these attacks can be happen because of a SQL injection. Like
Just wanted to ask, you would show us for testing purpose, or it's like from the
from right. I have not understood what you are saying.
no, like you would show us that bypassing the that page website, or like
Yes, tomorrow from today we will be. I think it's going to be. Today we will be not reaching to that particular level. Today I think I will be able to reach to the level to set up all the labs and all. From tomorrow we will be discussing like how to bypass some login pages using the SQL injection, how to put some vulnerable queries into that, how to do like how to perform cross-site scripting, how to like basically when you are doing cross-site scripting. You can run any malicious JavaScript over the browser. So we will be discussing that. I think I will be able to reach to them till tomorrow. So just wait little for that. Like
okay.
yes. So till that, because many of you might not be heard about the OWASP top 10 before this session. So I need to take care of them also because they also have joined the session and they need to get something out of this. So after that, like we have discussed these three, like broken authentication control, cryptographic failure, injection. After that, we are having insecure design. So basically, a security flaw in a design of any application that can lead to the vulnerabilities like missing of multi-factor authentication or a weak session management. Like there can be session hijacking if there is no logging on the session, or like let's assume if you are logged into the banking and there is a no great level of session management there, then after your login, anyone can use your cookies to log in again, and your data can be stolen, and it can be misused. So to get rid of these purposes, there must be no any flow in the design. So you must have to design a great software. So there can be some issues with the insecure design, and you also have to look for that. So even there can, like, let's assume you have developed a software where you are saving the password in a plain text format, and you don't have any two-factor authentication. Anyone go through your website, done some SQL injection, gather all the password, and they are using to log in. And even you are not protecting any user from the two multi-factor authentication, so anyone can bypass the login portal and getting access very much easily. So that's why you also need to take care, and this also comes under the OWASP top 10, like a password reset function. Let's assume there is a password reset function that doesn't have any expiration time on a reset token, and basically, and any attacker can reuse the old token to identify, to hijack any account. Like in that case, your account might be hijacked also. So this is a very basic example. In cookies case also, like if in a design manner there is a no expiration for the cookies, then anyone can log into their browser using your cookies, even you have logged out from that particular website or particular server. So that's why insecure design is also a big flaw. After that, we are having security misconfiguration. So basically, in security misconfiguration, we are having improper security setting allows any attacker to exploit misconfigured database servers or applications. Like sometime you might be go through some website, their login is admin, and their password is also password. So that comes under the security misconfiguration. Like admin have just changed the login and has not changed the login credential. They are just using the default admin credentials. This is also a big security failure, uh, and you also need to check for them. Like in that case, you are directly having access to the whole server without searching for the vulnerabilities also, because you are directly logging into the admin, and most of the time they doesn't use to change them. So you can also look. There can be also some verbose error message which can be exposed over the expose the system details that can be also used to drop the database. So you can be also, this is also a great flow that comes another number 5. And if you want to get rid of a security misconfiguration, then you will be basically changing the default credentials. You will be disable the detailed error message in a production environment. Like if anyone knows the error, then they can also harm your system. After that, if you want to get rid of a security misconfigurations, then you can also perform regular security checks to regular security check to for the configuration management and configuration review. So you can also look for them. So that's all about the security misconfiguration. Anyone have any doubt regarding security?
Yes,
Yes. Or is all
Uh,
clear?
yes, sir. Sir, for security misconfiguration, didn't understand the point of admin access control. Could you please elaborate
Yes,
it?
yes. So let's assume security misconfiguration in a admin, like the default credentials. Let's assume if you are logging to, let's assume Nessus, and the default credentials for a Nessus is admin, and the password is admin. And once you log into that account, you have not changed that. So anyone can put your login similar to admin and admin. Similar to that, if you are running a SMTP server over the internet, and if you have not changed the password of a SMTP server, anyone can the default credentials of a SMTP server is might be admin. Anyone can look for them, and they can enter in that particular case. So that's why it's very much important to change the all these parameter, like remove the default credentials to get into that. So this comes under the security misconfiguration. So like missing appropriate security handling across the part. There can be like unnecessary features or enabled, like unnecessary port services pages. Like if you are not using FTP server, and if you have opened the FTP server over your website, attacker can directly start attacking over FTP server. So if you are not using that, you must have to close that. Like the another case can be like default accounts and their password are still enabled and unchanged. Like if your FTP server is having any services, like let's assume if you are having a Apache services running and its default credentials are over there, anyone can log in into them. If those are not changed, error handling reviews the stack track, like all the tracks of like if you are logged into any website and whatever error they are throwing, if all the error is also in front of you, you can also know like what is the error, and then you can also use them. Like the security setting in an application server, that can be also help to get rid of leaking the data. That can be also be capable of leaking the entire database. So these are like, after that you have to these are the few preventions, like sending security delivered to the client every single day, automate the process to verify. These are the scopes. Like most of time you need to change the default credentials, disable the detailed error messages, perform regular security checks, and that's how you will be able to get rid of security misconfigurations. Like these are the normal mistakes that people used to make while designing the particular server and all. After that, we are having a vulnerable and outdated component. So basically, using old version of a framework, libraries, or a plugin with a known vulnerabilities can be caused of a vulnerability and outdated component. Let's assume if you are running a running a operating system, you are running a Windows 10 operating system, that and previously there in a previous version there was some vulnerability exist, and attacker can hack into that particular computer using those vulnerabilities. Then in that case, if you have not updated your system, chances of getting compromised is very much high in this case also. So that's why it's very much important to have a patch of all the recent software. Always try to update your computer. And also this can be also a vulnerabilities. Like if you are scanning, like if you are scanning any particular website, and if you see like there is this particular version is running over this website, and that is also available in a vulnerability database, then you can simply put a payload for that particular vulnerability and attack on that website. So that's how that's why it's very much important for any server manager or any penetration tester or ethical hacker to get rid of all of them. And if you are a attacker, then you will be always looking for some vulnerabilities over any software, any services running over that website. So that's why that's all about the vulnerability and outdated component. After that, let me check what is this. So after that, we are having we have discussed vulnerability and outdated component. After that, we are having identification and authentication failure. So basically, with authentication mechanism will allow any attacker to bypass the login or a brute force, do some brute force for the passwords. Let's assume if we are into the login page of let's assume facebook.com, Facebook login. If I am login, if I am anyone is trying to log in, let's assume this is my email, and if I have the options to do a tons of a password attacks, like if I can check for the password for a thousands of a time, then then the security is not that much good here. So this can be also a vulnerability, identification and authentication failure. Like the Facebook is not authenticating me very much properly. Whenever I'm let's assume if you are doing a brute force of a password, it mean you are throwing a lot of a password in the a lot of a password, and you are trying every combination of a password to log in into anyone's account. And if there is a authentication failure on the Facebook, then Facebook will allow you to do brute force attack, and in this case you will be able to log in. So in the back end of a Facebook, there might be some firewall exist that doesn't allow you to log in or to put a multiple password from a single IP for a long time. Like they will be able to accept at least 10 to 15 packets of a password from a one single IP. So if anyone is doing brute force attack, their account might be get blocked in that case. Similar to that, if you are trying to log into anyone's Wi-Fi, and if there is a authentication failure, you will be doing a brute force attack of a lots of a password, and if you get the correct password, you will be logging into there. So in that case, authentication failure might happen. So you need to fix them. And even if you will be like as an attacker, you will be doing brute force attack to look for all the broken authentication and all. I will be coming to like how to do some password attack, how to create your word list for brute force attack. But these attacks available. So these are the common attacks you need to whenever you start attacking over any system, you will be first looking for all these type of attack, like what can be the attacks and what are the attacks available in for me, and then you will be start looking for all of them one by one. And then if you find anyone, you will be trying, if you are in a bug hunting program, you will be reporting that to the server administrator. If you are doing some black hat activities, you know what you will be doing next. So that's how it all operates. So after identification and authentication, I think which is now we are on the 8, which is software and data integrity failure. So in this case, like the failure to verify the integrity of all the software updates library or a data can lead to the supply chain attack, and this is also a very critical attack. So like in a new category focusing on making assumptions related to the software updates, like all the updates must be reached properly to the any website, and all the like CI/CD pipeline without verifying integrity. Like if there is any update, let's assume there is an attacker who has put some vulnerability there and push that in a CI/CD pipeline as a update, and if that update is being done over all the software, there can be a vulnerability existing. So there can be malicious package and can be downloaded about all the system, and that can be taken to compromise the entire system. So you need to check for that also. After that, the next is A9, which is security logging and monitor failure. So in that, like lack of a proper login and a monitoring make it very difficult to detect the security breaches. Like in this case, a brute force attack on any admin panel goes very much unnoticed because failure login attempts are not logged. So if there is a like for that purposes, you need to have a secure log systems. Like if anyone is trying to put like Facebook must have a proper log system. Like let's assume if I try to put wrong password for a multiple time, there in a Facebook log menu, they are the proper log is being generated there. Like someone is trying to log in into your account with some wrong password, and he's trying multiple password randomly. So this is also like security logging monitoring failure. If there is no monitoring of these activities, then anyone can log in and anyone can initiate a brute force attack on them. So that can be also. So you also need to protect from all the failed logging attempts, logged all the failed logging attempts to look into that. So logs are applicable and APIs not monitor the suspicious activity. So logs are only stored locally, and you need to check for every single time to get read, like no one is able to. So if you want to prevent that, then basically you will be enabling the detailed security logs. You will be implementing the real-time monitoring and alerts. Like most of the companies using Splunk and QRadar's monitoring systems to ensure that if anyone is trying to do some suspicious or malicious login or a brute force like attack, there will be a clear log of all of them, and they will be able to understand like what is happening there, and they can take actions regarding that. So after that, in last, we are having server side request forgery. In that, like attacker can tick the vulnerable application into making unauthorized requests to the internal or external system. Like a file upload failure allows any a file upload feature basically allows URL, and any attacker can input some any restricted admins data, and that they can go through them. So this is also a critical vulnerabilities. I'm posting this link, and I think I have discussed a lot of theory today. Like these are not the theory. You need to go through them every single time whenever you are looking for the web application. So I'm just also putting this server side SSRF. So and that will be helping you a lot. So do you have your own lab setup or planning to use vulnerable app? Such as I will be using vulnerable apps like OWASP, JuSwap, Metasploitable 2 and all. And even I will be looking for some other websites also, scanning the entire website and looking for the vulnerabilities. I will be doing the both, so you get the more ideas and more capabilities. I will be switching into multiple levels of security, and then we will try to go through them. So from tomorrow we will be getting into that.